Here's the first shot with my wife and my son. And as you can see, it's not a high contrast scene here. And I think it looks pretty nice. This was in the afternoon, around 5 o'clock, and we're having some nice kind of a good sort of sunset light coming through here. This is the Brisbane Casino in all its glory. I slowed that down. Everything here is shot in 4K at 60p. Here's a more high contrast shot, as you can see, and it's just not, and doesn't handle that as well as the 6K at all. So I recommend, I mean, who am I to recommend? But I know that I will be staying away from those kinds of shots, which includes, you know, bright sunlight and shadow in the same shot, because it's not going to handle well. So this is the evening time, so evening sky, not too bright. In Brisbane, during the daytime, noon, the sun is very, very bright. So just as long as you shoot in the morning or in the evenings, you would be fine. This here is getting later on in the evening, maybe closer to 6 in the evening. It's summer here in the southern hemisphere, so sunset is usually at about 7 p.m. This is on the famous Story Bridge here in Brisbane. Here on the bridge you can actually pay and climb up on top of this structure on top of the bridge. You can see the people up there. This is all handheld, and here's a walking shot. Obviously the in-body image stabilization isn't the best for walking, but if you're just doing static shots and pans, it's really, really helpful. You'll see I haven't applied any stabilization in post to these shots. They're all handheld, just using the image stabilization in both the body and the lens. The lens used here is the 35 to 150 millimeter Tamron 2.8 to f4, which I'm finding to be a very useful lens. Here, I think from memory, I'm pushing the ISO up to a maximum of 3200, and it's coping well. Here my son was getting sick of modeling for me, wanted to go home. Here are these people coming down. I didn't really get much of a testing of the moving autofocus in these particular shots. I have tried it and it is very good. And it was mainly for this reason, for the autofocus and the 10-bit color and the portability of the body compared to a completely rigged up pocket cinema cam, that I wanted to have something like this as a B cam. You know, for shots that need autofocus, for shots that need to be put on a gimbal. I haven't yet tried to match the image to the 6K, but to me, to my eye, I think it's going to be possible. I'll probably do another test. I have to shoot a music video tomorrow. I was thinking just to use the R6. Maybe I'll use both the 6K and the R6 and try to match them together as a test. Here's some fairly high contrast shots with the casino and the sky behind it. Bit of sun. It's doing okay here. Now here's, like, you can't get much more high contrast than these shots here, where the sun is very much, yes, look at that, that's just... Although I haven't tried pulling up the shadows yet. This is just a quick test. You can definitely pull up the shadows a little bit more in these shots. And coming to a close now with the last couple of shots of my wife in that awesome sunset light. And that's it. Hope that was helpful. Like and subscribe if you're into this kind of thing. All the best.